China unveils a future high-speed helicopter with a coaxial rotor design similar to America's S-97 Raider. China once again draws the world's attention with its military technology developments. This time, through a new helicopter touted as the high-speed helicopter of the future. Essentially, China has successfully presented a helicopter design whose shape and system are very similar to the American-made Sikorsky S-97 Raider. The helicopter appeared in a flight test photo circulating on the internet, showing a coaxial rotor design with a tail-mounted propeller, a configuration identical to America's Raider. The presence of this helicopter immediately sparked much speculation, both regarding its technical capabilities and China's ambitions in developing modern rotorcraft technology. Photos and videos of the helicopter first appeared on Chinese domestic social media in April 2025, initially viewed only by certain circles. However, a few months later, they spread widely and became an international talking point. Defense analysts believe the appearance of this helicopter is not just an ordinary experiment, but part of China's serious efforts to catch up with Western countries' technology, especially the United States. On the other hand, many have highlighted how strikingly similar the helicopter's design is to the S-97 Raider. It is as if China is once again taking the path of adopting or even imitating technology that others had already developed earlier. The helicopter, often dubbed the high-speed future helicopter, seems to be designed with the same philosophy as the S-97 Raider. That philosophy emphasizes that future helicopters should not only be able to fly like conventional helicopters, but also possess speed, agility, and efficiency approaching that of fixed-wing aircraft. With coaxial rotors spinning in opposite directions and a tail-mounted propeller, such helicopters can overcome the limitations of conventional helicopter designs that typically rely only on a single main rotor and a small tail rotor for stability. The Sikorsky S-97 Raider itself is the result of a major U.S. program called Future Vertical Lift, FVL, launched to find the next-generation helicopter design. This program aims to produce rotorcraft that are faster, more agile, and more resilient in carrying out various combat missions. With its innovative design, the Raider can fly much faster than conventional helicopters, reaching speeds of over 400 kilometers per hour. Moreover, its coaxial and pusher propeller design allows it to maneuver more smoothly, stably, and responsively, whether flying low, making sharp turns, or operating in adverse weather conditions. When China showcased a design nearly identical to the Raider, many immediately suspected that China was trying to adopt a similar approach. Andreas Ruprecht, a prominent analyst and author who often covers China's military developments, wrote that this was one of the country's biggest surprises. According to him, the presence of this helicopter shows that China is not only focusing on stealth fighters or advanced drones, but is also seriously working on helicopters with new technologies that could become valuable assets on future battlefields. Nevertheless, analysts also remind that copying form and configuration does not automatically yield the same performance. Many other aspects determine the quality of a helicopter. Propulsion systems, engines, avionics, and flight controls are all factors far more complex than just the airframe design. The United States, with its long experience in aeronautics, spent years and billions of dollars developing the supporting technologies that make the S-97 Raider truly functional. Meanwhile, China, though known for its speed and replicating physical forms, still faces major challenges in matching engine quality, avionics reliability, and more stable, safer control technologies. However, this does not mean that China's move should be underestimated. History shows that the country often starts by imitating, then gradually refines the design until it can eventually create products with independent capabilities. This has already been proven in the drone, warship, and fighter jet industries. At first, China was accused of copying foreign designs, but now many of its systems are increasingly recognized as having their own innovations. The emergence of this helicopter could very well mark the beginning of a long journey toward the creation of a new generation of Chinese-made rotorcraft. From a geopolitical perspective, the presence of this helicopter cannot be separated from the context of global military competition. The United States is working to maintain its dominance in defense technology, while China is becoming increasingly aggressive in expanding its military power in the Asia-Pacific region. High-speed helicopters can play a major role in amphibious operations, rapid assaults, and troop deployments to remote areas. In conflict scenarios in the South China Sea or even Taiwan, such helicopters could provide significant advantages by moving quickly from aircraft carriers or coastal bases to operation sites. This Chinese helicopter itself is most likely still in the testing stage. The circulating photos only show the helicopter flying low with simple maneuvers, so there is little information about its actual performance. Can it match the Raider's speed? Can its stability rival that of modern Western helicopters? All of that remains a big question. But the fact that China dares to showcase flight tests demonstrates a confidence that they have already achieved certain progress. Looking at past patterns, China is certainly no stranger to this approach. They often reveal new prototypes and let foreign analysts speculate. Sometimes these products end up remaining only prototypes, but quite often they proceed into full programs that eventually enter military service. Thus, it is very likely that this helicopter is being prepared for further stages. One thing is clear. The world is increasingly realizing that competition in the skies is not only about stealth fighters, but also about future helicopters. The United States, with the Raider and other variants under the FVL program, has already set new standards. Russia, with its own high-speed helicopter program, is also determined not to be left behind. And now China has joined the same arena. Although it still faces many technical hurdles, this step alone is enough to attract attention and concern from other parties. However, the road ahead will not be easy. Engine technology capable of supporting high speeds while maintaining fuel efficiency is a major challenge. Avionics that can control helicopters at high speeds without causing excessive vibration is also a very complex technical issue. The United States itself required decades of research to perfect this. So, can China catch up in a short time? That is the big question that only time can answer.